the most pro-corruption administration in the history of the Republic. And just pause and reflect for a moment on the fact that the richest man in the world, who spent $250 million to elect this president, has now been given the keys to the kingdom. The conflicts and cronyism for Trump and Musk and everybody all the way down are stunning. They have suspended enforcement of the law that bans the bribery of foreign officials. They've purged independent inspectors general.
Picture Donald Trump strutting into Georgia, chest puffed like a reality TV king, ready to reclaim his MAGA throne. Now picture Senator Jon Ossoff, a millennial with a law degree and a vibe, like he's about to drop a TED Talk on ethics, swatting Trump's comeback like it's a rogue piñata. This wasn't a political spat. It was a verbal smackdown so clean, it left Trump's conspiracies gasping for air.
Trump's cabinet is worth like $60 billion. That's not even including Elon. They are literally the elites they pretend to hate. The president is not at his palace in Florida thinking about whether you can afford daycare for your daughter, or how to stop insurance companies from denying your claim, or anything that matters to our daily lives.
Ossoff didn't yell or flail. He brought facts, receipts, and a chill that could freeze Atlanta's summer heat. Georgia, once Trump's battleground, is now his burial ground, and Ossoff's the one holding the shovel. Grab some sweet tea. This roast is juicier than a Valdosta barbecue, and you won't want to miss a bite. The fireworks kicked off at Ossoff's Rally for Our Republic in Atlanta on March 22nd, 2025, a 2,000-strong middle finger to Trump's chaos.
Heard Donald Trump talk about health care or child care. He's talking about invading Greenland. He's handing your data over to Elon Musk. By the way, I'm all for government efficiency and government programs.
Trump, riding his slim 2024 Georgia win, thought he could swagger back and hypnotize voters with tales of stolen elections and Greenland invasions. Wrong. Ossoff, the 38-year-old senator who looks like he could audit your taxes and win a debate in the same breath, took the mic and gutted Trump's mythos. This is the most corrupt administration ever, he said, accusing Trump of turning bases into immigrant jails and selling America's data to Elon Musk.
Congress, I think it's worth noting that a serious, tough, bipartisan border security measure was put forward in the Congress, in fact, co-authored by a conservative Republican member of this committee, which would have surged enforcement resources to the border, which would have provided substantial resources to fight cartels and to crack down on fentanyl trafficking, which would have tightened asylum standards and expedited adjudication and therefore removal timelines for those who were trying to enter the country without a...
X lit up with one user tweeting, Ossoff just gave Trump's ego a one-way ticket to the dumpster. Georgia says no. Ossoff's style was lethal restraint. While Trump flailed like a toddler in a golf cart tantrum, ranting about liberal hexes and Sharpie ballots, Ossoff dropped truth bombs with surgical calm. In a Senate hearing, he skewered Trump's policies.
That goes, all politics is local. Well, we are seeing that a lot during this off year for elections. Georgia Senate Democrats want to fire up their base by attacking President Donald Trump's policies. And today, a group of state senators, they called reporters to the Capitol to lay out plans to fight back against what they say is anti-constitutional behavior by the...
When Medicaid covers half our state's births, how's slashing it helping families? The silence was deafening. No MAGA chance to save Trump. Ossoff cited the 2020 Find Me votes call to Brad Raffensperger, a recorded blunder Trump still denies, and DOJ's 27,000 job cuts. A political analyst, Dr. Rachel Kim, told CNN, Ossoff's like a sniper. Trump's chaos is no match for his focus. Her clip shared on X hit 35,000 retweets, with number Ossoff sniper trending.
Today, Georgia Senator Jon Ossoff took aim at some of President Donald Trump's recent policies alongside fellow Senator Reverend Raphael Warnock. Ossoff made the case for another term. 11 Alive's Karis Belger was at the rally. She's breaking down Ossoff's plans and what Georgia's Republican leader...
Georgia's done with Trump's circus. He lost it to Biden in 2020, fumbled his Senate picks in 2021, and barely scraped by in 2024 with a 2.2% margin. Ossoff pounced on Trump's voter suppression playbook, spotlighting 2021 laws that shrink early voting and add ID hurdles, hitting black and young voters hardest. It's not democracy, it's a hustle, he told the rally, voice sharp but steady. A college student, Tasha Brown, told the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Trump's laws make voting feel like an obstacle course. Ossoff's our megaphone. Her quote, posted on X got 20,000 likes, fueling number free the vote. Ossoff didn't just dunk on election lies. He exposed Trump's second-term dumpster fire. January 6 pardons, purged watchdogs and Project 2025 loyalists, stacking agencies. Ossoff called it cronyism on steroids.
Will your family's life improve because our military bases become prison camps for immigrants? When Medicaid covers nearly half of the births in our state, 2/3 of all seniors in nursing homes, 40% of children, will your family's life improve because they gut Medicaid? See, part of the shame of this useless spiral into chaos and revenge is that we really face so many urgent.
At a Gwinnett County Town Hall on April 26, 2025, a laid-off teacher, Maria Ruiz, asked about impeachment. Ossoff didn't sugarcoat. Trump's meme coin schemes and court defiance are impeachable, but the GOP House is his shield. Ruiz moved, told a local reporter. Ossoff's fighting for my kid's future. Her story, live-streamed, hit 90,000 views. X-users amplified it, with one posting. Ossoff's got more spine than Trump's entire cabinet. Just impeach now. Trump's comeback. A truth social meltdown, branding Ossoff a socialist nerd and mocking his Georgetown degree. In MAGA land, nerd means reads books. Ossoff shrugged it off, telling The Hill, "I'm here for Georgians, not Trump's tantrums." His cool-headedness was catnip for comedians. Late-night host Malik Jones cracked, Ossoff's so unbothered, he could fact-check Trump while napping. The segment drew 2.5 million views. TikTok teens turned Ossoff's rally lines into skits. One viral clip showing a kid as Ossoff debating a screaming Trump puppet. It hit 1.8 million likes, with number Ossoff vibes trending.
Extraordinary opposition energy right now. Outrage at the president's power grab, his attack on the Constitution and the rule of law, his efforts to use fear and intimidation and the power of government to crush the opposition. That's something we've never seen in American politics before. The
damage to Trump's Georgia clout was savage. His endorsed flops, like Herschel Walker, left the GOP scrambling, with Brian Kemp eyeing Ossoff's seat but dodging Trump's shadow. A 2025 poll showed Kemp up 45 to 41% over Ossoff, but Ossoff trounced lesser Republicans like Jeff Duncan by 12 points. His bipartisan moves, like co-sponsoring the Laken-Riley Act for border security, keep moderates in play. A Emory professor, Dr. Jamal Carter, told NPR, Ossoff's anti-Trump heat doesn't scare swing voters. He's practical. His analysis, shared on X, sparked 10,000 replies, with hashtag Ossoff 2026 buzzing.
Is that corruption in America runs a lot deeper than Donald Trump. He's not just a beneficiary of it. His rise is a symptom of it. Citizens United was the most destructive court decision in modern American history.
Ossoff's rally lit a fuse. With Raphael Warnock by his side, he slammed Trump's anti-constitutional stunts, gutting the CDC, muzzling the press, and pushing $880 billion in Social Security cuts. Protesters like Carlos Mendez shouted, "Georgia's no Trump fiefdom." His speech, filmed by a bystander, got 130,000 views. Schools adopted Ossoff's clips for civics lessons, with teacher Aisha Lee saying, "He teaches kids truth trumps lies." Her syllabus, posted online, went viral. A Trump voter, Sarah Evans, tweeted, "Voted Trump in 2024, but Ossoff's making sense. Done with the noise." Her post hit 12,000 retweets, showing MAGA cracks. Trump's term is a train wreck. Reuters reported his Voice of America overhaul got stalled by lawsuits, and his mass deportation plan keeps hitting judicial walls. His Liberation Day tariffs tanked stocks, forcing a Senate vote 51-48 to nix Canada levies. Ossoff hammered it.
When you have Fox News personalities cosplaying as government officials. I mean, this is the most clownish, amateurish. It honestly, it would be funny, except that it is deadly serious, right? They're talking about the execution of lethal military operations, international diplomacy, intelligence information. And these are people who absolutely should know better. It is an embarrassing and dangerous, reckless.
Trump's not fixing your grocery bill. He's chasing Musk's profits. A diner owner, Elena Torres, told a Savannah outlet, "Trump's tariffs doubled my costs." Ossoff's the only one calling it out. Her story, trending with hashtag Trump flops, got 55,000 shares. The saga didn't end at the rally. Trump, desperate to claw back relevance, staged a Macon rally on April 29, 2025, ranting about deep state peaches and voter ghosts. The crowd, barely 4,000, looked like a high school pep rally gone wrong. X users pounced, with one tweeting, "Trump's Macon flop had more empty chairs than a DMV waiting room." Ossoff, meanwhile, hit the ground running, hosting voter forums in Augusta and Columbus. At a Rome library, he met a retiree, Tom Harris, who said, "Trump's Social Security cuts scare me. You're my hope."
In his first 100 days, he set free criminals who did violence on his behalf. He purged independent watchdogs across the government who investigate corruption and abuse. He stacked the most powerful offices with personal loyalists and then called on those same loyalists to investigate and prosecute his opponents. He's undermined the freedom of the press. He's retaliated against lawyers who have...
The exchange, caught on video, hit 110,000 views, with number Ossoff cares trending. Trump's GOP allies floundered. State GOP boss Josh McCoon tried painting Ossoff as a leftist professor, but it backfired when Ossoff joined a Savannah fish fry, joking about his radical love for shrimp and grits. A local chef, Marcus Tate, posted, "Ossoff's eating with us while Trump's whining on his app." Easy choice. The post got 18,000 likes. Even Newsmax fumbled, with a host admitting, "Ossoff's tough to demonize. He's too normal." The clip, shared on X, drew laughs, with users quipping, "Normal? In politics? Ossoff's a unicorn."
But, I was listening to it. I thought the messaging was spot on, frankly, especially for a state that's difficult like Georgia. It wasn't overly liberal. It wasn't overly progressive. It was just sort of exactly the themes that you and I have been harping on, which is these people are not for government efficiency. They're for chaos. They're in it for themselves. This is corruption.
Ossoff's Georgia game is tight. His infrastructure wins. $2 billion for roads, 15,000 jobs, have voters like construction worker Kayla Green cheering. She told WABE, "Trump's all talk. Ossoff's building my paycheck." Her interview, shared on X, hit 40,000 views. His voter drives added 8,000 new registrations in DeKalb County, with HBCU students like Jamal Wright saying, "Ossoff's got our back." His tweet, with 15,000 likes, fueled the hashtag YouthVote. Ossoff's also schooling Trump nationally, leading a 53-46 Senate vote to block CDC politicization. A doctor, Linda Zhou, told a rally,
"See that this sleeping giant has been awakened and that there is so much popular opposition to this administration. That helps us in the immediate term to defeat their legislative agenda. And it's also what we will have to channel next year to win a landslide victory in 2026. The only path out of this spiral toward one-man rule is to regain power in Congress. And I am the only Democrat running for re-election in a state that Donald Trump won. This will be the biggest Senate race of 2026.
Ossoff saved science from Trump's chaos. Her speech, trending with hashtag #ProtectCDC, got 80,000 shares. Trump's unraveling fast. His Truth Social rants, calling Ossoff Sleepy John, land like dad jokes at a punk show. A GOP strategist, anonymously quoted in Axios, said, "Trump's losing Georgia's suburbs. Ossoff's eating his lunch." The quote, shared on X, sparked hashtag Trump sinks. A farmer, Raj Patel, told a Griffin outlet, "Trump's tariffs killed my crops. Ossoff's the only one with a plan." His story, with 45,000 shares, showed rural voters wavering. MAGA's still loud, but their rallies shrink, and Kemp's sidestepping Trump for 2026.
Legal, it's certainly improper and disgraceful. It's a direct attack on Georgia voters. It's a direct attack on the democratic process. And y'all, we're in the middle of a crisis where we're losing thousands of Americans per day to COVID-19. Hospital systems and nursing homes buckling under the weight of this outbreak. Millions of people facing eviction or foreclosure. You would not have known that based upon his remarks last night, and he's focused on trying to overturn election results. We need to get economic relief to the people.
And unconvincing. And the key point here is that this kind of disclosure and the use of unclassified devices and systems to discuss the timing of imminent U.S. airstrikes puts American flight crews at risk, because it risks the disclosure. And in this case, there was the improper disclosure of information about when U.S. forces would be entering hostile airspace.
Ossoff's the future, calm, sharp, and unstoppable. This is Georgia's glow-up. Ossoff's facts are torching Trump's lies, making the Peach State a beacon for democracy. Trump's a fading reality star. Ossoff's the director of a new script. So grab your megaphone, smash that like button like it's Trump's next NFT scam, hit subscribe, and comment. What's your top Ossoff clapback? Share this video, join the Peach Posse, and let's keep truth louder than Trump's meltdowns. Drop a peach emoji, stay fierce, and we'll be back with more roasts that sting harder than Ossoff's fact-dropping mic. Watermelon.